All right, Sagittarius, thanks for tuning in. This is your July 2014 horoscope. My name is Athen, and this month I'm going to do things a little bit differently. I'm going to divide this horoscope into 4 parts. First, I'm going to talk about yourself this month, then your work, relationships, and spirituality. So let's get started. Let's start with yourself. Your first house ruler is Jupiter. Jupiter is in your 8th house of transformation. Transformative month for you. It's been transformative, but this is all very positive, okay? Talking about Jupiter. In your 8th, enjoying the process of transformation, the alchemical process, transmuting elements into gold, so to speak, okay? This makes everything very spiritual, but it also makes everything very, for you, very motivating, okay? So continue to let go and get rid of all of that stuff that's not working for you. And in this way, you're blossoming and you're creating new opportunities in your life, okay? And enjoying the process, all right? Enjoying taking one thing and making it into something else. Letting go, stepping into your power, releasing old bonds, old attachments, old patterns. Okay, so it's all very rejuvenating. So continue this, and this is the theme for you for almost the next year. So continue this beautiful transformation process. Okay, and the more you do this, the more new will come into your life. Certainly, the more abundance, in particular. Now let's talk about your self-expression with your 5th house. Okay, Mars rules your 5th. He's in your 10th. Okay, so your self-expression is coming in through your public work, or your career, or your contribution to society. Whatever it is, what's happening is through your work you're expressing yourself, whatever it is that is. And it's not just your work or your career, it's also anything that you do that is of a large scope. Okay, so this also means taking a long-term orientation to your self-expression and taking things slow and disciplining your self-expression, okay? That's really the emphasis here. Watching what you say, but realizing that you are a teacher, you are a master of of yourself, okay? And by taking this, disciplined, structured approach to this, you're allowing yourself to really come into who you are. And there's a lot of creativity associated with this too. And it's very motivating. Now on the 13th, Mars will go into your 11th. So from the 13th into August, your self-expression will be more oriented towards groups, uniting yourself with the collective or with others, okay, or with the community. All right. So through the community, join groups, online or otherwise, to help you express yourself. Say what's on your mind. That's the type of thing, and all of this is going to help rejuvenate yourself and motivate yourself second half of the month. Now let's talk about your higher self associated with the 9th house and your higher guidance. Your 9th house is ruled by the Sun, and he's in your 7th. So this is about bringing more harmony to your higher connections, okay? Your higher connection to yourself. More balance, all right? And also incorporating people into this as well. So being close to your relationships, it's almost like through other people, okay? And through all the different aspects of yourself, you're getting channeled guidance. Okay, sometimes someone says something and we go, oh, wow, and it's almost like Spirit is almost speaking through the relationship. Okay, but it's not just relationships with others, it's relationships with yourself as well. So the more balance you can bring to yourself, the more guidance and spiritual awareness about your purpose and that sort of thing, your guidance, your life guidance, the more harmony and balance you bring, the better. Now on the 16th, the sun will go into your 8th house of transformation. Okay, so it'll be important from the 16th and into August, the first half of August, to release all of your attachments associated with your purpose, associated with your guidance. And interestingly, the more you release, the more guidance you will have come back to you. All right, it's that transformational process. Now let's talk about your work. Let's start with your 2nd house of resources, values, and finances. Saturn rules your 2nd, and he's in your 11th. And he's been stationary for the past couple months. Retrograde, excuse me. Okay, and in your 11th house, this has to do with reflecting on your contribution to society, what you have to give, and what your values are in regards to society and the collective and your friends and your groups. What do you have to offer these things? Okay, and so hopefully you've been reflecting on this. And on the 20th, when Saturn goes direct, things will flow in this area more. It feels like things may have been on pause in that area, okay? But things will start to flow more, all right? And so giving, all right? Selflessly, being of service, giving your resources, your values. It's not just material resources, it's your inner resources too. Giving to the greater whole, okay, to the larger group, to others, will certainly bring more abundance to you, all right? Abundance of all different kinds. Now let's talk about your skill and your work this month, your day-to-day activities involved in your work. Your 6th house, okay? Venus rules your 6th, and she's in your 6th. So you are improving your craft, all right? You have been the last part of June, and you're going to continue to do that, particularly up until the 13th of July. So improving your skills, refining your skills, and also your health too. Realizing that the more health, the more vibrant you are, the better you feel, okay? And the more work you can get done. It's not just work, but in all areas of your life, the more you can get done, all right? So improving yourself, sharpening your skills and your body. Now on the 13th, Venus will go into your 7th house, all right? And in this case, it'll be more about bringing relationships into what you do, into your work. And harmonizing your work and balancing, and realize that there needs to be peace and enjoyment and tranquility in your work environment, all right? And also, helping people help you with your skill as well. And all this is very enjoyable because we are talking about Venus. So enjoying those relationships will help sharpen your skills and your health also from the 13th onward. Now let's talk about your contribution to society or your career, ruled by your 10th house. This is what you have to contribute to the public. Mercury rules your 10th. He's in your 7th, going direct. And he goes direct on the 1st in your 7th, okay? So in June, there was a reflection on how you can harmonize more with your work, how you can bring more balance to your work, and how other people fit into that, okay? How others fit into your work, how that all fits together. All that reflection you've been hopefully doing on the 1st when Mercury goes direct, it'll be putting that into action, okay? Slowly, as Mercury builds momentum. It won't take long, no more than a week, right? So, and this is spanning the whole month, up until the 28th, all right? Bringing more harmony to your work and bringing other people into your work, all right? A lot of this social aspect to your work area. On the 28th and onward into August, releasing any attachments that you have to your work will be key, and that'll be a transformational period for your work as well. 28th and into August. Now let's talk about your relationships. Let's start with the house of communications, your 3rd house. This is ruled by Saturn, and he's in your 11th. Okay, so you're uniting your communications with others, with the larger whole. Okay, so your communications is all tied into this. So in other words, the more you can incorporate other people and bring them into your life, and the more you share with them, the stronger your relationships are going to be. Okay, but it's sharing from a place of not expecting anything in return. It's unconditional. All right, so just focus on giving in your relationships. And then through that, it's going to unlock your communications. People are going to share more with you or want to receive more from you when you're coming from that place, coming from that higher self. Okay, and like I said, this will be reflective this month up until the 20th when Saturn goes direct. Then it'll be a lot clearer and flow a lot easier from the 28th onward in regards to those communications. Now let's talk about relationships in general, which is ruled by the 7th house. It's the 7th house, which is ruled by Mercury. Okay, like I said, Mercury's going direct on the 1st in that 7th. So Mercury in the 7th with relationships, 7th. Lots of reflection, I think, about your relationships last month are now going to start moving forward. Communications are going to flow in July, and I think you'll be able to bring more harmony and peace to your relationships as well, and enjoying the light, fun aspects of friendships and all partnerships. Okay, it's really a strong highlight for you. Lots of relationship sectors being activated, partnerships, 7th house stuff. Then on the 28th, when Mercury goes into your 8th house, things will take on a much deeper, meaningful role from the 28th onward in regards to those relationships. Okay, diving deep, releasing attachments, getting rid of all the old stuff that's not working in relationships, letting them go. Now let's talk about groups, all right? Venus rules your 11th, okay, and she's in your 6th. So it's about improving your groups, okay? Self-improvement, but also improving the larger sphere of your groups as well, all right? So what can you do to, if you are part, let's say, of a class or of an online group or anything like that, or you're doing community service or something like that, how can you be more of service? How can you improve what you have to offer? And if you're in charge of any of these things, if you're kind of authority or you have some sort of opinion or say in what the group does, it's about improving the group. And I think the more you improve the group, okay, or at least your perspective on the whole group, and this is again collective and beyond, the better, okay? And you have a chance here this month to really make some real refined, positive changes to your friendships and other groups in your life. Now on the 13th, Venus will then go into your 7th house, so groups will take on a much more harmonious, much more lighthearted, playful sort of atmosphere from the 13th onward, okay? And again, the key here is balance, balancing groups, right? And balancing your friendships and enjoying that part of your life. Now let's talk about spirituality. Your inner self, 4th house, okay? Your feelings. Ruled by Jupiter. Jupiter's in your 8th, all right? So for about the next year, it's going to be about releasing your attachments in regards to your feelings. What are you attached to feeling-wise? And observing and allowing your feelings to flow, all right? This is helping you become more spiritualized, okay? And again, it's an enjoyable process when we're talking about Jupiter here. It's very positive and uplifting, okay? So allow the feelings to come up, observe them, and let them go. This sort of renewal process is going to really help enliven your feelings, enliven your spirituality. Okay. Now let's talk about your 8th house of transformation, ruled by the moon. We have a full moon on the 12th this month, and it's happening in your 1st house. All right, so the first half of this month, new beginnings, just new beginnings in general for you, okay? Particularly in the area of your ambitions in life, anything that you want to achieve in life, okay? There's an opportunity here to start these things, or perhaps something is coming to fruition in regards to these new beginnings around the 12th. And this is beautiful, but the key here is you have to remain non-attached, okay? Just like with all these moons, you know, Sagittarius, there has to be this sense of non-attachment. So allow it to go, all right? And the more you can release, the more will come to you in regards to these new beginnings. Now on the 26th, we have a new moon happening in your 8th house, okay? So by realizing these new beginnings, that there's also things that need to be released as well. But a new perspective, I think, on releasing these things, or something new, or perhaps it could even be someone coming into your life to help, okay? But then realizing that it's not being too attached, okay, to that person or what they have to offer or anything like that. It's no matter what, as long as you're coming from a place of allowing there to be that non-attachment to these changes in your life, particularly around the 26th, will be key to all areas and specifically your spirituality. Now lastly, let's talk about your 12th house, which has to do with your universal love and your presence, okay, the house of spirituality. Ruled by Mars. Mars is in your 10th. You've been taking in June and now into July an organized, structured approach to your spirituality. And this is good, because without discipline, there is no spirituality. And I think you're understanding that. And I think you're seeing the larger picture of your spirituality too. So continue that. Continue to organize, structure, and bring discipline to your spiritual approach. Okay? Perhaps through meditation or whatever, but not necessarily spiritual things. Whatever helps you link to yourself, to your inner self. Then on the 13th, Mars will go into your 11th, so it'll be about bringing this spirituality to the group atmosphere, to your friends or the community or whatever, or the world at large, and sharing it. Okay? Sharing your spiritual self with the rest of the world. All right? That's key from the 13th and into August. All right, Sagittarius, so this was your July horoscope. If you have any questions, please get in touch. Right now I'm offering a discount of my readings for $45. So if you're interested, I'll put a link down below. And as always, have a great month. Thanks for watching.